Hello,
Hello.
and welcome to the Knit Girls. This is episode 674. I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
I am Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les. Today is Monday, November 18th, 2024, and Laura and I both use the she, her pronouns. Um, it's been a busy week. Laura's been, teaching, doing her teaching thing, and the kids have reciprocated by sharing all the bugs, all the like sinus
Yeah,
bugs or whatever.
there's a lot going on around my school, but my kids have also been super awesome this week. Today we hit 10,000 checkouts in the library for the year.
Ah,
So that's
congratulations.
very exciting. Super stoked about that. At this time last year, we only, but we were at like 8,600. So it's
That's
almost
awesome.
1,500 more checkouts this year. So that's wonderful. And thank you so much, everyone who's donated to my library. That's the reason why they're checking out so many books and reading them is
Mhm.
they've got stuff that they're interested in that y'all have bought
Yep.
them. So I really appreciate that. So that's my awesome, cool
Yeah.
news for the week, besides the sinus, whatever crud that I
For
have.
anyone who has no idea what we're talking about, Laura works as a librarian at a public school, and she has a wish list on her website, TheKnitGirls with 3ls.com,
Yeah, it's an
where
Amazon
you
wish list.
can donate books that her kids have specifically asked for the library because public schools are underfunded. So, this is a way they can get the books they actually want to read.
Yeah, so it's super
Um,
exciting.
yeah, and some of our viewers have donated, and that's very lovely.
It's very, very
Um,
good.
do you want to talk about what you're working on?
Sure, I'm working on one thing. Because I have been sick and I was homesick last week from work, for multiple days, which is very unusual. So the one thing that I have been working on does not have a pattern. It's a little hat that I cast on for my friend's kiddo, and they requested lavender, and this is some gorgeous yarn from
Bourbon
Texas.
Stitcher?
Yep, urban, no, suburban stitcher. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I almost said urban girl. Oh, my head when I have a cold. So this is absolutely gorgeous. It's in her DK weights. I had the card, I don't know, but it's really, really pretty and I'm digging it. I'm just doing a 1 by 1 rib until I get to around 5 inches, 4 or 5 inches, and then they asked for like a slouchy hat. So I will make it, it's basically like a sock head, but out of DK weight.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what's happening. It's on 96 stitches and just knit round and round and round. There's the yarn. So that is the only thing. I bet my lipstick just went on the yarn. That is the only thing that I have in progress. I use a zoom filter for my lipstick. It's not actual lipstick, so sometimes the filter, if you put stuff in front of your face, is like, whoa now. What is happening?
Yeah.
So that is it for me. Those are being knit on size 4 needles, I believe. Let's see. Yep. So just going round and round on those Addy circs, 16-inch circs.
Hmm. Ribbing is endless,
It's
but
fine. It's been, I mean, I haven't been crafting a ton. I've been spending a lot of time playing Wingspan on my Switch and
yeah.
just chill sleeping. So, yep. What have you been up to though? I bet you have more progress than I do.
Maybe, although you can't tell on this cardigan because I swear it just it feels like I put in 4 hours worth of work and it grows an inch. Like it just
Well, you
feels
were
like
in the
a
pockets last time, right?
no, I was past that.
Okay.
Um Not that you could tell because we tried a different recording software last week, and basically all Laura could see of me the entire time was pixelated screen. So um, we're trying new technology, and it's not always working as we would like. So
That happened.
So this is the Obon cardigan. I have split the sleeves in the back and the front. Sorry, not the sleeves. I have split at the sleeve divide. So this is the left front, this is the back, this is the right front. So I'm working on the back, and I've got to get um, 1 more inch from this marker, and then I'll start shaping the shoulders on either side of the neck. And then I'll come back and pick up and do each front side. So I think last week I was just about to split for the backs and the fronts. So
Okay. That's some
um,
progress.
yeah, it's heavily cabled, so it is an intense thing. It's you sort of have to pay attention to what you're doing. But I'm happy with how much progress I've gotten. So
Yeah. You'll be done with it before you know it. Are the sleeves cabled as well?
I don't know, probably because I read the pattern. No, I think it's mostly just that those two center cap. You know what? I don't know.
Okay.
And then I have a friend who lives in New Jersey, and he and his wife got a dog this year for the first time in a really long time, and it's a little bitty dog, like not Chihuahua, but like she's an adult, and she's about 12 to 15 pounds, somewhere in there.
That's
So
fine.
she's a little thing. And I said I would knit her a sweater, and
Oh,
so I'm using a Stephen West pattern. I don't know, a couple of years ago he put out like a half a dozen dog sweaters. It looks like the dogs' names are Stitch and Brioche, in case anybody
yeah.
wants to
One of
know.
them passed away. I can't remember
Oh,
which one.
yeah, I'm very behind. Uh, so I got him to send me a bunch of measurements. He is also a crafter. He and his wife both crochet, and he knits as well.
Oh, cool.
So the downside of this is that it's ribbing. The entire thing is ribbing, and I hate
Yeah,
ribbing.
it's gonna fit really well though.
That's the thing. That was what, because I can't put my hands on the dog, and I can't measure every little random thing that I would need. I wanted it to have a lot of give. So this is out of a Michael's yarn called Lux Merino Wool Blend, and it's machine washable. It's 50% merino, 40% acrylic, and 10% tweed. So it's this nice, like tweedy
Cute.
effect yarn.
You are not working down your SSK stash very
I am
much.
not. I'm not. Trust me, that is that
Is
is
that
playing
lingering in
in
the
my
back of your
head.
brain? Yeah.
Yes. Um, so this is how it's going. So this is the top, and this is where the little legs will come out. I
Oh,
opted not to do the little harness hole because I wasn't sure like where the harness fit on her and
yeah.
whatever.
It might
So
go. It might fit under a harness.
yeah, it might. I don't know. But they have a yard too, so I don't think she gets walked on a leash much. I think she just gets to go out in the yard. Um, and I've got an inch from this marker, so maybe another 3/4 of an inch before I need to bind off for the belly and do the short row shapings for the back of the body and the butt. So this will be done by next week. I say that, and of course now it won't. But
Maybe.
the yarn's really nice to work with
Good.
for a big box yarn. It's 50% merino, so that's a pretty good ratio. Um,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
kind of like Barocco vintages.
Oh, okay.
It's like a wool
Yeah, I like
acrylic
vintage.
blend.
I've worked with it
Yeah.
before. So the only thing I don't love is the way that the increases are done in this, and it's because it's a ribbing and you want to keep it in pattern. Is it's like a brioche increase, so you knit into the stitch and then you yarn over and then you knit again, all into the same stitch. So one stitch becomes 3 stitches.
Yeah.
So it's like a brioche increase. So because of that, you've got like these big
Oh, yeah.
gaps. But I think what I'm gonna do is do like a little embroidered something on either
Yeah.
side.
Hunter Hammerson's
Um,
doing some cute embroidery type
yeah,
stuff
she
right now.
is. She's got a wonderful Patreon. If you are interested in supporting people on Patreon, Hunter Hammerson, her brain works in just crazy, amazing ways.
Yeah.
And she does a lot of entries, like weekly updates, just sort of talking about where her brain is and where it's taken her this week and what sort of rabbit hole she's gone down. And um, it's really interesting reading. So,
Cool.
yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now. It's on 16-inch circular because that's just what I've got the brain space for.
Yeah, I think that's a great, like, instead of a sock type
Hmm.
kit.
I should be knitting on socks because I have half a dozen skeins of sock yarn from SSK, but that's not
Well,
what's happening right now.
I have 5 pairs of socks to get done by the holidays, so I totally
Mm,
understand. And 2 more hats. So we'll see where I'd like to finish this hat and another hat this week. And then have socks for downtime at the parents when we're playing
yeah.
games and stuff. But we'll see.
Yeah.
All the stuff to
Uh,
get done.
do you have anything finished? You said
Nope.
you didn't finish anything because you were sick. Well, I
Well,
finished a thing.
and just because.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to justify it, I guess. I always feel like I need to, so I don't know. So last week I had knit the squirrel from Susan
Oh,
B. Anderson's Woodland Ornaments or Woodland something.
that's Barrett and Co. Right?
Barrett
Yeah,
Wool Company.
there you go.
And so it's a squirrel with a little acorn. And
Oh,
then, so this week I decided to make the bunny.
oh, it's
So
so cute.
here's the little bunny. I like how she does his feet because she does like a heel flap
Yeah,
so
that's
that
how the
his
gnome
feet,
feet are on the new gnome.
yeah,
Yeah, I love that.
super cute. I did his mouth line kind of crooked so it looks like he's smirking. I kind of dig it.
Yeah,
That was not intentional. It just is the way it came out. But she's got video tutorials for all the things about like how to pinch the ears together and like how to
cute.
do all the little bits and bobs. So, and he's got a little tail that
Oh,
you use a fork to create the pom pom for
yeah,
the tail. So that's pretty cute. And then
that
he's
is
got a
very
little
cute.
sweater as well, which is totally removable. Um,
What else is in
but yeah,
that kit?
there's a gnome, there's a fox. Um, Let me pull it up and I will tell you
I'm
because
just curious.
it is in my drive, Woodland.
What do you think you're going to knit on next from your kit?
There's a gnome, there's a toadstool, there's a
Oh,
fox, there's a Christmas tree, there's a bear, and there's an owl. Maybe I'll do the owl next because
that'd
he
be
looks kind
cute.
of easy. And I need easy. Oh, it's an egg to owlet. Ugh. So it's like one of those like turn it inside out things that
Topsy-turvy things. Yeah.
Susan B. Anderson does brilliantly,
Yes.
but I don't know if I have the brain space for it. I've never done one before. Maybe I'll just do the toadstool. That looks easy.
There you go.
Or the gnome. I don't know. Maybe I'll let somebody else decide.
Random number generate that.
There you go. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on. What about you with spinning? Have you had any time to do any spinning?
So I am currently spinning on some superwash Cheviot for an upcoming article for Ply. It looks like I think I took the other bobbin to the other room, but this is the fiber. It is of always say goodbye from Into the World. It was a club from last year, so if you like it, it was October of last year, so you could get see my lipstick wet fiber is so funny. Um, you could maybe get Chris and James to dye it again, but it's got like a real dark purpley blue and then some orange and some brown, and it's just really, really pretty. So I'm spinning an opposing ply sock yarn on my Starling. Let me see if I can get it. Yep. So that bobbin's pretty chill, but I love Cheviot for socks. I don't usually spin superwash Cheviot, but I do love Cheviot. It is a great down breed that naturally does not felt. So yeah, super pretty. There's what's left for me to put on this bobbin. It kind of looks like your fox's tail.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's what I am currently spinning. I'd like to get this done this week. We'll see. I do have a couple obligations this week, like Zoom wise. So
Hmm.
maybe I will have time to spin during those. Um, I need to charge this battery pack is almost gone. So I'll charge that. But yeah, that's about oh, I did something because now my wheel's not working. Um, anyway,
Something came unplugged from somewhere.
yep, that's exactly what happened. I'll have to fiddle with it later. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on. Yep. And I did fly the unicorn smoothie from Republica Unicornia and the Hello Yarn Falklands, but I need to wind all that off along with the Into the World Cordell from last week and get those skeins in the wash. It's been raining here
Hmm.
very much so. So stuff hasn't really had a chance to dry, but also I've been washing fleece. So I had a Cordell from Peggy Howell that I split with Jillian Marino from Maryland Sheep and Wool this year. And I've been working on washing my half. So I've washed around 5 pounds of fleece in the last couple weeks. I still have one other fleece to wash and then I'll be done. No more dirty fleeces. So that's exciting.
That is exciting.
Yep. I've been using my
Um,
Strucket quite often. I've actually been using it in my guest room bathtub to do cold soaks before I do the wash, and then I can just like lift the fiber out
hmm.
with the strainer part, and it's got the little thing where you can just have the water come out. So it works really well. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. Very exciting.
I'm glad you like your Strucket.
I love my Strucket. It's come in very handy. It is a bucket and a strainer together. I feel like an infomercial this week.
Yeah. You should be getting commissions off of those things.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um, so I did spin this week. I um
Yay,
and for,
spinning!
yes, but in furthering the you're not getting your SSK stash done, Leslie, um, I'm not spending any SSK purchases.
Did
Did I
you
buy
buy any
fiber?
SSK?
Yep,
Well, how
I bought
much,
about a
what fiber
pound.
did you get?
I got some from Hip Strings. I got some from Apothecary and somewhere else, one other place. I can't remember now. Um,
Republica Unicornia, maybe?
it might have been Republica Unicornia. Her colors were amazing. So, um, but I can't find it right now. I mean, I have a pretty good idea of where it is, but it's not here. So it's not the top priority at the moment.
Yeah.
So what I could find was some loot. So this is a very old
Ooh,
bat.
I love the
So this
bullseye
is
bumps.
light bright, and it's
Yeah.
5.5 ounces. So it had a red at the center and then like a black border, and then it started on this purple. So that's what I'm working on now. I just started it yesterday. Uh,
Cool.
so this is where I'm at. You can't really see because the big part of the end of the bobbin, but yeah. So there's you can see a little bit of the red and the black under there, and then I'm on the purple now. So I'm just trying to spin it thin, like as thin as I can reasonably reliably make it because of the way that it's created the bullseye bumps. If I want to keep the colors together, I essentially have to do a chain ply.
Or
or
you could leave it
spin
as a
something
single.
else and ply it together, or I could leave it as a single. I've done that on one Bullseye Bump before. I don't know if I ever knit with that, but I don't knit with my hand spun very often anyway. So it's just,
You should knit
yeah,
with your hands spun.
I
PSA.
should.
How you get become a
Um,
better spinner.
yeah, you're right. Of course, you're right. I just put it on the list of things I should do and I don't do.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm really happy. It was a perfect sort of reintroduction to spinning because it's
Good.
already like a thin strip. It's already like pre-prepared, so I'm
Yeah.
really happy with it.
It's roving instead of top.
Yes, yeah,
Just
I don't
nice
have to
and
mess with
airy.
stripping it out or anything like that. So um, yeah, so I'm spinning that on my Starling. I should have more done next week. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this in a week. It just depends on how much time I have.
Yeah.
Um, so yep. Um, what about reading or watching stuff? I know that you have been ill, so you've been basically like self-caring yourself into, I know a lot of, sometimes that involves a lot of reading. Have you been getting stuff read?
Nope. I've been sleeping.
Okay.
So, I have been listening to Richard Osman's We Solve Murders, which
Mm-hmm.
Richard Osman was on Taskmaster. He's a British
Mm-hmm.
comedian and he writes adult murder mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
And this
He's
is his,
also very, very tall, apparently.
he's very funny too. This is his,
Yeah.
I believe. There's a series that takes place in a retirement community, and then this is a separate series from that. So, yep, I've been listening to that. I'm like an hour and a half in, but it's due back in 3 days and it's 11 hours. So I really need to pick up that pace.
Mm.
We'll see what happens there. And that's been about it. I watched some hockey, I watched some football yesterday. Been Zooming with friends, which has been really
Mm-hmm.
nice. That's how I've gotten this far on this hat because I haven't been like really spinning as I Zoom with friends. I've been knitting.
Yeah.
Oh,
How's
yeah,
Pearl?
she's fine. She's enjoying a bone in the other room. Well, she's done
Mm,
with that
okay.
bone by now, I'm sure.
She showed that bone who's boss and moved on with her life.
Yeah, she was a snuggle pup for a while last night.
Mm,
It's still really warm here. It's been in the 70s.
well,
So, I haven't turned on the heat or anything. So yeah.
wow. Yeah,
Yep.
no, it's
I'm gonna
been,
have to remember to turn it on before I go to my parents' house,
yeah,
just in
where it will
case it gets
take
cold.
hours and hours to, well, yeah, and you don't want to burst a pipe, you're right.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
know that I'll get that cold, but just in case.
yeah. So it's chillier here. Our more astute viewers will notice that I'm in a different location than Laura, and that our recording locations have been pretty hectic over the last few months. So I am in a different place. I have moved across the country, left Laura again. Um, the first time that we did this, I was moving to New Jersey and we like made an announcement months ahead of time and we were like, don't worry, like it'll be fine. And this time I'm like, yeah, I'm a 40 something year old woman and I just don't feel the need to justify my life to the internet. So,
Uh,
yes, I'm in a different place. For now, we are recording in separate places most of the time. There will be times where we'll be together because I can't not have my Laura sometimes.
aw,
Um, but yeah, I'm not going to get into details at this point. Maybe I will in the future, but um, yes, I'm in a different place and it's colder. I'm in Wisconsin now. So, um, what else? Books. Oh, so I'm still reading the same book. With it getting dark earlier, I'm such an old lady that like it's dark. I want to go to bed.
yeah.
Um, so I've been going to bed by like 9:30.
I mean, that's
Uh,
what time I usually go to bed because I have to be up at 5. So,
yeah, yeah. So previously, like I would go to bed at like 11:30 or midnight, sometimes later. Um, but not so much anymore. But I've been playing, there's a new game that came out on the Nintendo Switch called Mario and Luigi Brothership.
Oh,
And it's a very like it's definitely geared towards like high elementary, low middle schoolers. And I
yeah.
don't care. Like that is just that's the bandwidth I've got right
What's
now.
your favorite
So
part about it?
um that some things they can't do unless they work together. They have to like do
Oh,
teamwork.
do you have to have
So
2 players or can you just play with
you
one?
can do it as one. You can play it with two people, I think, but it's playable as just one as well. So
Gotcha.
um yeah, so that's what I've been doing mostly
Yeah.
um and I'm fully caught up on Jude now, the rewilding Jude. He
Yeah.
his I feel like I say this every time, but his videography is beautiful. Like
Yeah.
I know him, I count him as a good friend, and still I'm like I really enjoy watching him putter around and fix things and figure stuff out as he's going. Like
It's like a hug from Jude. It's very
yeah,
nice.
yeah. So if
I'm excited
you
to get real hugs from him soon.
I know, I'm so jealous. She gets to see Jude over Christmas.
Ew, we're going to Dollywood
That is going to be amazing.
with
I'm
my
so
sister
excited
and
for you.
brother-in-law. I'm so stoked.
Yeah. Well, Jude might have met Beck, but definitely Matt hasn't met Jude.
No, it's gonna be
Yeah. So that'll be
awesome.
fun.
Yep,
Um, okay. Well, I don't think I have anything else. Do you have anything else you want to talk
I
about? Oh, you have
do.
classes
So,
coming.
yeah, I am teaching for Maryland Sheep and Wool Winter Fest, which is happening at the last weekend in January. I think it's the 25th through the 27th. Hold on, I can tell you. So, yep, the 25th, nope, the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th. Yep. So, I still have openings in 2 of my classes. I have openings in Spinning for Socks 101. That is on the 24th that night, Friday. And then I have room in Use Your Fiber Stash, which is a new class for me, and I'm super excited about because it is
Yeah.
going to be using what you have in very fun and innovative and creative ways. So I'm excited about that. Obviously, I'm very passionate about spinning for socks, and I'm very excited to be offering both those classes as well as my spinning for socks 201, which is full. So that's great. And thank you so much, Marilyn Sheep and Wool, for having me back to teach again. That's super fun.
Yeah. I feel like the using your stash one is actually really in your wheelhouse because you're
I have a stash.
well, I mean, you do. This is true. But I was thinking more like you're very good at problem solving when it comes to like, I want to do this, but I have an allergy to X, right? Like, so how do
Yeah,
I still get the features, the
the
bounce and the
results that I want.
elasticity of
Yeah.
this with, but not using it, right? So I
Yeah,
think you're
it's
really good
fun.
at that.
And I like the fact that that's gonna be more an interactive class, like, people are
Hmm.
bringing their stash and being like, "This is what I have. This is what I wanna create. How can we make that happen? Will this work or
Yeah.
will it not?" Like, and the answer is always it depends, but we can go into it with knowing a little bit and thinking about some creative ways, whether it's zebra
Yeah.
flies or faux logs or mashup spins or mini spins or marling at the wheel or all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm
Yeah.
excited
That's it's
about it.
gonna be fun. I'm excited. I'm
Yeah,
excited for you. So
it's gonna be a
and I'm
good one.
excited for everybody that gets to take classes with you. That's going to be really fun. I hope the classes are
Yeah.
still available when this actually goes up.
They
So,
will be. I've got a good bit of space, and there's lots of
okay.
other great teachers
Mm-hmm.
teaching at Winterfest. So in case mine fill, like Laura Nelkins teaching, Maggie Casey, Jill Duerte, Jillian Marino, Heavenly Bressinger. I'm actually taking a class with Laura Nelkin on how to use. She is doing. Oh, Kira's teaching. So Laura's doing a class on like those stitch saver cords
Mm-hmm.
and like the bazillion different ways you can use them.
Ooh, that should
like,
be
and
fun.
a provisional cast on, yeah, like, all sorts of cool things, so I'm
Yeah,
taking that
her brain
class.
is crazy. Like, and I say that with the most respect and admiration. Like, she just gets places I would never think to go.
Yeah, Laura Lee Beltman's teaching as well,
Hmm.
I took classes from her before and really loved them, some Intarsia classes from her.
Hmm.
She's doing one about grafting and, knitted I-cord dishcloths, which is super cute, like, the ones that
Ooh.
have the little loops on the sides.
Yeah.
You can hang them up, yeah. They do a great job, there's felting and stuff too, and Kira's teaching her visible mending class.
Yeah.
So, lots and lots of super cool classes. I wish I could take them all, and they're very like, my classes are 3 hours long, and I think they're $45.
Yeah. That's really
So,
reasonable.
and because they are offered digitally, they're recorded for 30 days, so if you can't actually make the class session, like, if you have a conflict, you could watch them still for the next 30
Hmm.
days. So that's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
cool
awesome.
too. Yeah. That's how I'm taking Laura's class, 'cause,
Yeah.
whew,
You're yeah,
that'll
it's
be a
difficult to
very
be in two
busy week of
places at
it.
once. So
Yeah. But yeah, that's my exciting news that I meant to tell y'all about before and totally failed to tell y'all about before. But I'm super stoked about that. And again, thank you, Marilyn, for giving me that opportunity.
yeah.
So that's the big news. We have SSK news, we have people under contract, but we will talk about that when we get all our teachers under
Yes.
contract, and hopefully signups will be in December.
Yeah.
So,
We're trying as hard as we can,
yep.
um, to get everything ready so that when we push the button, like everything's ready. So
Yep.
um, but
And
yeah,
there's
more news
things
on
like
that
we've
soon.
gotta have those contracts so we know how much people need to get paid and pay
Yeah.
them a fair wage, and then also we have to, you know how much things will cost in order to charge people a fair wage, like a fair
Yes.
amount for the event, so all that jazz.
But yeah, so that's what we're doing, and more information on SSK coming soon. We really hope. Um, we are
There
diligently
will
trying
be.
to get that done. So um, we have Patreon events coming up. So we'll have our VKN on the 24th, Sunday the 24th. I think we said 6 or 4. Did we say 4? I don't know. It'll if you're a
4.
patron, you'll get an
We
email and
said
it'll tell
4.
you the times.
4 on
Okay.
that one, and then 6 for the fail along the following Saturday.
Yeah. So the Saturday the 30th, we'll have a fail along and we're doing friendship bracelets. So that should be fun.
Yeah, we got little, like, looms, like,
Like
little.
Kumi Homo sort of looms, but less complicated than that. So
Yeah.
it should be exciting because I've never done them. So I've never done them that way. Like when I did friendship bracelets, it was with a clipboard and embroidery thread and
Oh, I
braiding.
used to
So
safety pin them to my jeans
that's
at
smart
Girl
too.
Scout camp.
That sounds like a Mama
Yes,
Linneman trick.
probably was, if I had to guess.
Okay, well, we appreciate you guys so much. We hope that you have a lovely week and we'll see you again next week.
Bye,
Bye,
y'all.
all.